What's up, y'all? Kyle Hamilton here. I want to give a quick shout out to Lucas, Connor, and Ryan in the Week 0 podcast.
Jackson rolling out, 3rd and 7 after the penalty, and it's a completion to Kuma. He's still running. Kuma breaks free against a tired defense as the Hokies deliver the dagger here in Tallahassee. Empty look for Richardson. Oh, that is danger! Oh my! Keidron Smith cuts inside, and he's gonna pick six it in the swamp. Cat scratch fever Smith.
DJ is picked off, intercepted again by Benjamin Morrison. Here goes Morrison down the sideline. Can he go? Yes, he can. Touchdown, pick six, Benjamin Morrison. Nix drops back underneath. Touchdown, Ducks. Wow. Chase Taylor.
Connor, you're muted.
Fuck, am I muted?
Oh, man.
So, what is up, guys, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry, Phil's not here right now. He is at his daughter's recital on his way back from his
So he'll
daughter's
be joining
recital.
us here soon.
Right now, what we are streaming is the Duke Little Bronham basketball game. I think Little Bronham, what is that? 68-56?
Yep.
Duke is up. So all you Michigan fans, be very happy. Little Bronham is about to lose their second game in basketball already. And then once this game is over, we'll then be able to react live to the college football playoff rankings. Real quick, I saw this. He's one big Bucks fan. I don't think it's going to be that big of a reaction or that much of a punishment for Michigan, SMU style death penalty. I don't think that's going to happen. And also the thing is, we're not going to probably get any resolution to this season. This is going to be something that's going to happen down the line. What would you say, Ryan, to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it happens sometime this year just because I think they're going to feel the pressure to get this done because I haven't seen enough people bring this up, but I think I saw somebody who made a good point about this. You can allow Michigan to go into the playoff without some sort of determination, whether it be guilty or not guilty, punishment or no punishment. I think you have to have a ruling before then because otherwise, if you allow a team that if they did cheat and you allow them to participate in the playoff and say they win the national championship, no matter what Michigan fans say, there will always be an asterisk by that. So it kind of hurts the programs. But also, then you got to think about if I'm Georgia or if I'm Oregon, Washington, Ohio State, Texas, if they make it in, Alabama, and I have to play a team that cheated, that what Michigan fans will not say is cheating, but cheated their way in, so to speak. I think they wouldn't like that because I think it takes away from.
Imagine if Michigan actually won it this year with what's happening, and then they have to vacate this championship as a result.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it would be like that's something that might not happen for a year down the line. Joe, I mean, everyone does that crap, but they were just too blatant about it. That's the way I see it. And obviously the whole, you're allowed to steal signs as long as there's no technology involved. And that's always how it's been. Even with the Astros sign stealing scandal. That's an accepted part of baseball. If someone's standing on second base, now obviously you're not going to have signs anymore with the new PitchCom technology that's come around, so you don't have signs anymore. But if you're able to ever figure out the signs and know which pitch is coming because of that, that was accepted. But obviously there's stuff sounding around. This dude sounds crazy with the Laker. You've been called crazy. Old rule, there was no technology then.
What did he
Isn't
say?
that This guy, Boxing Maniac, says you sound crazy.
I know I sound crazy. It's the truth. I mean, you can't allow it to, if whether or not, if they're not guilty and you don't have enough evidence, NCAA, then you need to say that. I don't think you can allow a team to participate in the college football playoff if there are allegations or there's a current ongoing investigation of them cheating, because that ruined the integrity of the game. And with the Big Ten saying that, yes, this cheating impacted this season, this is the issue with Michigan fans. They disagree with the rule, so therefore they don't think that Michigan did anything wrong. That's not how it works. If you cheat and you break the rules, and there's going to be punishment for that. Now, the punishment, we can argue about what the punishment should be, but just because you think a rule is stupid doesn't mean that if you can break the rule and not get any consequences.
So here it is. So this is the bylaw, which is saying, oh, there's no rule. The bylaw specifically prohibits off-campus in-person scouting of future opponents in the same season.
Yeah.
I think that's the specific rule that they're referring to. And that's so them sending him to games ahead of schedule or ahead of time is what they're actually investigating. It really isn't about the whole sign stealing, but that they're scouting ahead. Obviously, you can, get film of past games, right? Once the game is played, you can't suspend the team while they're under investigation.
That's why you finish the investigation right now, because the Big Ten obviously felt like they had enough evidence to seek indefinitely suspending Harbaugh. So obviously there's something. There's evidence to be had, because otherwise they wouldn't suspend Harbaugh if there was nothing to be had. I just think the NCAA needs to get it done before the CFP, at least before the final thing, and I think that's what they're going to end up doing. No, and by the way, one big busman. I'm not a Michigan fan.
32.2 C or 32.1, 32.1.2 C. So I saw something else.
What were you looking at?
What Crazy Asian 99 said.
That's the thing, is like, I think Michigan fans, they look at this and they're like, oh, well, that's stupid. Everybody steals signs, but that's not.
It's either initiated by the NCAA, initiated by the.
That's so dumb. What the?
Okay,
cool.
NCAA initiate cases. The Compliance and Reinstatement Subcommittee shall review violations by member universities as determined by the NCAA and may impose penalties in response to those, and may impose penalties in addition to those imposed by the NCAA for any violations. Where the NCAA initiates a preliminary or official inquiry with a member university, the conference will cooperate with university and NCAA representatives in the processing of that case through the normal NCAA investigation, hearing, and appeal processes, while the case will be processed through normal NCAA channels. The Conference Compliance and Reinstatement Subcommittee shall review the case and may impose additional penalties if warranted, subject to the NCAA action. So they could get
Breno,
so it sounds like it could be more. So it sounds like, I'm not sure why Asian pointed that out, but it sounds like it could be the NCAA can make one ruling and then the Big Ten can make an additional ruling on top of that, an additional punishment.
So Breno, you're not understanding. Then this is what Michigan fans keep saying. Knowing stealing signs isn't cheating. Knowing team signs is not. That's not cheating. That is allowed, but you are not allowed to have any member of the program, whether that be a supporter financially, an alumni, or someone that is connected to the football program, which includes staff, boosters, or anybody associated with the university, and you are not allowed to send them out to other teams' games That's the first rule you're not allowed to do. Second rule
There you go.
is you're not allowed to
Irrelevant. Right here. Right here. Shall not, which prohibits off-campus, in-person scouting of future opponents in the same season. Was passed back in 1994.
And the second rule is you're not able to film signs. You cannot go to another team's game.
The reason why it's becoming a big deal is because teams have been pointing out it's been going on for an entire 2 years, or at least it sounds like. Yes. No,
I'm sure other universities have done it.
Yeah, we
but they
probably
haven't
know
got
that.
caught.
It's just that other schools have pointed out how blatant Michigan was. Like the guy was literally seen on the sidelines wearing Michigan jerseys and stuff. And when other schools supposedly are helping, are warning other schools that this is going on, like that's
It's like the Reggie Bush situation when he got in trouble for
I don't think that's possible. But that's
yeah. Either way, and also
obviously whenever Phil gets here, I'm sure we'll be able to talk about this, get his more things.
On also the fact that whether or not Jim Harbaugh and the staff knew, that's irrelevant. Because even if they didn't know, say they didn't know, right? That's still against the NCAA's bylaws, and you not.
It says here the bylaw also prohibits an institution from employing or paying the expenses of someone else, including professional scouting services, to scout the opponent. Interesting.
Mark, he did. There was film game footage on his computer.
Here's the other thing about the recordings about the.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other thing that this article has, if he did record anything, prohibits any attempt to record either through audio or video means any signals. It's the whole Spygate thing. It's Spygate pretty much for college football. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
It's the Spygate.
But no, overall, I mean, was videotaping himself. Where's the violation? Because he was videotaping. There was evidence found on a computer that was owned by Stallions that had footage of him filming team signs during those games. That's why the NCAA wanted that computer, because they were made aware of that there was.
Little Bronam lost. Little Bronam lost to Duke.
Little Bronam always loses. Yep.
So it's already their second loss of the season in basketball. So.
But overall, I mean, Connor, what do you think? How do you feel about kind of like what I said? Because either way, like if Michigan goes out there and wins the national title this year, everyone besides Michigan fans will put an asterisk by that, especially if it is found out that.
Well, the way I see it is the way I see this happening, honestly, is like if they think
Joe Torres said Duke stealing signs for basketball.
The way I see it happening is they have to do so. I think I agree. They have to make a ruling even before the final college football, before the final rankings comes out. If if Michigan wins against Ohio State, wins the Big Ten championship, right? Like I think they have to make a ruling before then, because I feel like, and if they're like, the previous two, if I don't know, the way I see this happening is potentially it has to be done before that, because if they win this season and then it comes afterwards, after the season's done, that this year and the last 3 years, like if they go super extreme and just, force them to vacate these wins, that's gonna be, crazy to happen. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I mean, that could be something that they might do, but I'm not entirely sure.
Dom, they don't need court issue warrant or a subpoena. The NCAA can do whatever they want because it's their league. That's what people don't understand. Like, this isn't about a law, like a court. The NCAA can legally do whatever they want because it's their sport. That's the same thing as like the NBA and NFL. They run their own rules. It's their league. if you don't abide by their rules, they're their own court system. Now, there are certain things that the NFL and NBA can't do, like I think with contracts and stuff like that. But the NCAA legally can do whatever they want because it is their league, it is their organization. They are the head honcho when it comes to college football.
Wait, what are you talking about with BK? What is BK talking about? I thought he was
Baylor 20. That was for different though. That had nothing to do with them. It was
when I'm reading this, I'm thinking of the whole Art Briles thing.
That was the rape stuff.
That was the sexual. That was the sexual assault or sexual harassment.
That's completely different.
I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to or not. If you're referring to something else, BK, I don't know what you're talking about there.
I mean, think about it. Reggie Bush signed autographs and got his Heisman Trophy taken away. Like, you could say that's very excessive. But the NCAA
well, I mean, and then, like the Ohio State trading autographs and memorabilia for tattoos. That was what did in Tesla, right? Joe Tessel, whoever whatever the Ohio State's head coach. Love how no response. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
So he's saying, how can there be an asterisk when everyone knows that we're cheating, but we're still winning? Because of because this has been going on since. Think about it. This has been going on since 2021.
We really need Phil here. We need Phil here because you and I are on one side. He's on the other.
No, Phil's even admitted that they did something wrong. He just doesn't think that
even Phil probably feels like there's something there.
But my thing is, the reason that there will be an asterisk, Joe, is because you guys started beating Ohio State back in 2021. Or what was it, 2019? I can't remember what season it was. This has been going on since then. And if people remember, back then, Harbaugh was on the hot seat. We all remember the year that you guys beat Ohio State. Everyone's like, if he didn't beat Ohio State, Jim Harbaugh's gone. You remember that, Connor, right?
Which year?
The year that Michigan beat Ohio State. The talk was, if he doesn't beat Ohio State, he's gone.
What, 2021?
That was the talk around Michigan football. So that's where it's kind of like, okay, well, you guys started winning and you guys started getting in the playoff when the cheating stuff started happening. I'm not saying that Michigan still wouldn't have beat Ohio State, but I can understand why the world of college football would be like, that's kind of sus. That's when the cheating started happening. That's when Michigan starts winning those games. Sometimes I feel like, Joe, as fans, we got to take off the for Michigan fans, it's the maize and blue glasses that we see through because that's what happens. Yeah, Joe, I understand that, but Phil will tell you most Michigan fans wanted Jim Harbaugh fired if he did not beat Ohio State that year. Connor was with us longer. No, I understand that, but the evidence and so on, the evidence only goes so far back to 2021. That's when the complaints started. Was I believe the first or second game of the 2021 season. That's when the first complaint came in.
I'll be back.
No, I don't know, Mark. I mean, you guys probably beat Penn State anyway, but I mean, Stallions was at Penn State Ohio State game, so I mean, they beat Ohio State because they have better talent. Manic, I pulled this girl up and showed their video. That's all it took. Harbaugh could name his contract dollars, and the NCAA cannot confiscate private property. They don't own anything. The NCAA cannot compel anyone to do anything, especially other people's property. If it's an investigation, they can.
I'm just hoping this is finally starting. Change your freaking signs. Oh, I think he's talking about the other team.
Antoine, just because Michigan
Okay.
fans.
Well,
Oh, here we go.
Kansas is still ranked. Why did Tulane drop? Did they like barely scrape by? Is that why they? So Kansas, Tulane, Oklahoma State still ranked. Utah, K-State.
Oh, I'm surprised Oklahoma State's still ranked. They got
Why is-
drugged.
Well, Kansas dropped too because they were at 16.
We moved up one spot. That's
19.
trash. We should be
19.
ahead of Arizona and Tennessee.
Iowa jumped 6 spots and they're at 16.
Bro, that's explain to me how Arizona and Tennessee are ahead of Notre Dame when we beat USC by 28. Arizona lost to USC.
Because USC sucks now.
Yeah, but Arizona lost to them. We beat USC. That's oh my god, LSU at 15, bro. They struggled with Florida. Come on, man. Come on. You can't struggle with Florida.
It's not really they struggled so much as the defense
Oh
struggled.
my god.
Daniels was lights out.
Graham Mertz threw for like 500 yards. Come on, man.
No, I played Graham Mertz in fantasy. He didn't do that much against me, so not against me. Okay, Ole Miss 13. So they dropped. They didn't drop that much. Penn State dropped only 2, losing to Michigan. It's kind of surprising. Oklahoma at 14.
The thing is, like, we got people in the comments that are upset about us talking about the. I understand that you guys don't think it's cheating. But
Louisville at 10. There they are.
Oval's trash, by the way.
I'm surprised they went up after struggling against.
Because this committee doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They rank teams based off of losses, how many losses they have, and not who's better.
Missouri is in the top 10. Oh man, I can't wait to see our rankings. Have you put those together yet?
No, I don't have Josh's yet.
Hey, Josh.
Oval is a pretender. They are. Thank you, Josh.
Send your rankings to Ryan. God damn it, send them to him.
Yes, Joe. Phil will be here shortly. He's your resident Michigan.
Well,
fan.
Joe, actually, technically, we're not just streaming on his. On his, we're streaming on our channel too. So that's why it's not just a Michigan. That's why it's not just Michigan fan.
It's if you look at the top of the screen, Joe, that's all the teams that we talk about. I gotta add Michigan to that graphic, but
yeah, add Michigan to the right or something.
Yeah,
like the VT. Okay, Josh says just do it without him. That's what he said.
Do it without you. What? This?
Yeah, the power rank.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be skewed because.
Yeah, that's gonna really skew. That's really gonna skew stuff, actually. Also, Liberty is still not ranked. JMU.
Bro, Liberty's not ranked.
How is Toledo not ranked? Did you see that? Toledo they're 9-1. I ranked them. I put them at 25 for us. I'll fully admit that.
This committee, I'm telling you, besides the Missouri ranking, they have no balls whatsoever. They have no.
Joe, I'm not much of a hater. It's just, I don't know.
That's what they say when you break when. That's what Michigan fans say.
Of Spygate,
Deflategate.
It's what everyone doesn't like is when a team makes a mistake that then airs out everyone else's dirty laundry, and that's what this has done. It's making it known that this is a thing that happens all across college football. Same thing with Spygate. I'm sure other NFL teams did it as well. You know what I mean?
What's crazy, Connor, is if Notre Dame did this, or Ohio State got caught doing this, or Alabama got caught doing this, or Georgia, these same Michigan fans that are would
be crying for
yes. That's the thing.
It doesn't matter who it happens to. It only pisses them off. It only pisses off the team that it's happening to. Everyone else wants blood, but that's what I'm saying is this is the NCAA is gonna try and whatever the punishment is, other than suspending Harbaugh. If they, I don't know if they'll go, as far maybe they vacate the wins. I don't know, but
evidently
they're gonna try. They're gonna send a message not to do this, but also the reason why these teams are mad, and so many people talking about is we've had plenty of people come out saying that this is something that happens all the time. This was a known fact. Okay,
If it happens
Oregon's-
all the time, you know what? Clap it up to Georgia, Ohio State for not getting caught. It happens all the time. I mean, they're just better at not getting caught.
I mean, Zach, what the hell else are we supposed to talk about? I'm not sure what the fuck you're asking for.
Anyways,
I mean, that's the big thing going on, other than watching these rankings. Washington,
Joe said
Oregon,
only if it was OSU. If it was Ohio State.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair.
I just still think Oregon should be ahead of Washington. I know that they beat them head to head, but again,
okay.
This is where
Let's
you
see.
go. This is where you say this committee doesn't have balls, because
so Florida State's still 4.
Oregon
do we
is
still
better.
think it's going to be the way it's been? Ohio State at 1,
It's probably
Georgia
going
2,
to be.
Michigan 3.
Probably.
I mean, Brano, we've been talking about it. I mean, but there's really the problem, Brano. There hasn't been any really big changes. Unfortunately, it looks like it's all going to be the same thing. We're just reacting in real time. Yep. Okay. So Michigan's still 3.
It's going to stay the same.
Okay. Georgia, I think they should be 1.
No, can't. Ohio State's going to be 1 because they've done nothing to get dropped.
I guess that's fair. We just need we just need one of these teams in the top 6 to lose again, just to cause some chaos. Is what needs to happen.
Unfortunately, we're not going to. Washington's not going to lose. Washington's probably not going to lose until the Pac-12 title. Oregon's not going to lose until the Pac-12 title. So I don't know. The thing that pisses me off about this committee is, like I said, they don't have the balls to do anything.
Ohio State did drop.
They did not drop Ohio State, bruh.
Wow.
For what?
I didn't mean to shout.
What did they do?
Wow.
Bro,
is it just because Georgia beat the shit out of Ole Miss?
Ole Miss isn't that good though, dude. Like that's so dumb. Ole Miss is trash. That is so dumb.
Rising.
Bruh.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, here comes Josh. Why is Josh here?
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
I figured I'd have to educate you guys.
Wow.
Guys.
God damn it. Josh.
Guys. Okay. I definitely have to educate you guys on this. So, the reason why Georgia jumped Ohio State is because with the Ole Miss win, they have a better resume right now than Ohio State does.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Ohio
What do
State's
I
played
mean?
more ranked teams.
Because they have wins over.
Dog walked Mizzou.
Because they have Mizzou's not top 10
Georgia
team.
didn't dog walk
They have a
Mizzou.
win
They
over
won by
Ole Miss.
They dog walked Mizzou.
They didn't dog walk Mizzou.
They dog walked Mizzou.
What was the score of that Mizzou game? Because I remember it being 24-21 with Mizzou driving.
I got you, homie. Let me pull it up. Because it didn't end at 24-21.
Look, number 1 strength of record. Why? See, this is what I mean with this.
What do you mean, strength of record?
Strength of record. They have the first strength of record.
They just don't like us. Clearly, no one likes us.
It's because we're not. It's because we're not. We're not
Michigan fans, so we're not going to appeal to these guys.
Seriously though, this is what I talk about with this committee, Josh, and this is what infuriates me. This committee goes with the path of least resistance with every single ranking that they come out with.
Really? Because it sounds like
people complain. I do, because I think Ohio State's done nothing to get dropped. And the reason they
got passed.
The reason they had Ohio State ahead of Georgia in the first place was strength of schedule, strength of record, they still have the better strength of record and strength of schedule, but you drop them. Okay, like what? How does that make any sense?
Ryan, you need to close your door or something. You're cat meowing.
I still do not understand this committee. And the only reason they put Georgia at 1 is because this committee thought Ole Miss was better than what they are. And so they're like, oh, well, man, Georgia's just completely blew the doors off of Ole Miss. That's a really good win. Ole Miss is not that
There you
good.
go. Here you go. Defense. Yeah, Ohio State's defense is better
Like,
than every
dude.
statistic it looks like. That's crazy. I don't know. That's a shock. These people, everyone in the comments is saying, talk
Garrison
about
is
the
gonna be
rankings, and then the
fucking
rankings
pissed,
give us
man.
a smack upside the head about shocking us like that. That's crazy.
We need to get Garrison on because I know he's fucking pissed.
Yeah, we need to. Do you want to? Can you reach out
He
to him?
shouldn't be.
Yeah, I can.
He shouldn't be. Ohio State's not going to the playoff.
If they beat Michigan, when they beat Michigan, they will.
They're not going to beat Michigan.
They're beating
if they
Michigan.
beat Michigan, which
They're
probably
not
one
beating
has.
If Michigan doesn't have Harbaugh,
If Michigan doesn't have Harbaugh, then Michigan only beats Ohio State by 2 touchdowns.
No, if they don't have Harbaugh, they get blown out by 2 touchdowns.
What does a cat have to do with anything, Andy? It's a cat.
I have a dog too. If you're like a dog person and you think because I have a cat, that makes me less of a man.
Okay, so I got you, Ryan. That score 30-21. Missouri was outscored 20-11 in the second half.
Yeah, and guess what?
Yeah,
you know what?
and they
Guess
never
what
led. Actually,
seven of those
the
points.
first quarter. That's it.
7 of those points came on a fumble 6 that wasn't Brady Cook's fault. So
Fumble 6. Okay, so the interception to the lineman was Brady Cook's fault.
yeah, but Brady Cook was.
Yeah,
they were driving.
Fucking bent. They lost.
They were driving to take the lead, Josh.
And they didn't, did they? They threw an interception.
Take that interception off the board, and Georgia wins by what, 6? Maybe.
And they don't win.
And that game was played in Georgia. If that game's played at Mizzou, Missouri wins.
Then it's even more demoralizing for Mizzou to lose. What more do you want?
Because you said they blew the doors off Mizzou. They lost
I
by
said
9.
they dog walked them. They
dog walked is like by 40.
No.
Oh, is this the committee member? Here, can we put this? Can we have any sound?
Yeah,
can we have any sound about him explaining why they dropped?
caused the committee?
I hopped on here because
here we go.
I think you look at the game, and y'all were just talking about it, the win last week over Missouri, and then the Mississippi game is tied 14-all. They go on a 38-3 run, and kind of showed their dominance both on offense and on defense against a really strong Mississippi offense. So in looking at it in the resume and everything combined, we thought Georgia was the number 1 team this week.
Of course you did.
Evaluate.
Of course you
just
did.
Talking about the Florida State versus Washington at the 4-5 spot. What is the debate in the room like in relative strength of the ACC schedule that Florida State has faced as opposed to what Washington has faced and is facing in the Pac-12?
Yeah, Florida State really good offensively, has been really good defensively. Don't undersell the Miami-Florida State rivalry as well, and that's been going on for years. Miami hit a big play for that touchdown in the second half, but we felt Florida State was a dominant team in there, and Washington.
Was there a Washington clip
really
in
good
there?
Defensive.
Because they're talking
second
about
half
Florida State versus
against
Washington.
Utah.
Oh, okay.
And as we looked at it and evaluated it, and
Dude, I hate this guy. Can we get a new committee member?
It's getting stronger every week.
Well, they're going to have a new
as
one
we
next
get
year.
more and more
Thank
data points
God.
going through this, but we ended up with Florida State at 4 and Washington at 5.
How would you characterize the importance of being undefeated against maybe a good schedule as opposed to having a loss against a stronger one?
They don't care as long as
That's
they
a
got
good
one
question.
must
Again, as
win.
we're
No, that's a good
building
question.
this, right, in week 11, we're going to look at everything that's happened to date, where they're playing, et cetera. But, that winning matters. We talk about it every year as we go into this, that winning games matters. A lot of really good teams, the top 8 didn't change as far as the actual teams in there. There was just a little bit of shifting, and to y'all's point earlier, the head-to-head does matter.
Okay, so basically what he said there
drama on
was
selection day,
the
not all
SEC
steaks and fat.
right for only having 8 conference games.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, the only reason Georgia is at the number 1 spot is for 1, because everyone bitched and complained about Georgia not being number 1 the last 2 weeks, and they got tired of hearing it. 2, this committee thinks Ole Miss is a top 10 team, which they are not, and they are far from. That is
far from it because their losses are to who?
Bama by like 14 points when Bama was still bad, and Georgia that they got dog walked by.
Okay, so they've lost to the number 1 and number 7 team in the country.
And the how you lose doesn't matter. It's if you lose by a point in 56, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because winning matters. Winning matters.
See, that's dumb.
Not losing, winning.
The thing that frustrates me the most is like we've seen it in past years where they had a 3-loss LSU team in the top at like number 6 last year.
Well, Ryan,
but they'll sit here and they'll put a Louisville team that is trash, like god awful. Yes, they beat Notre Dame. That's the only reason they're in the top 10 is because they beat Notre Dame. Which that win I still would say is a fluke.
I agree.
They almost lost to Virginia. We know how bad Virginia is. They lost to Pitt.
I was at that game. I thought they were going to lose.
They lost to Pitt by 17 points. But yeah, you know what? You know why they're in the top 10, Josh? I can tell you why. Because they got one loss by their name. That is the only reason.
Yeah, they got one loss and they beat Notre Dame.
You're not supposed to sit here and be like.
But Ryan, the whole logic that you have is also going to change come next year because obviously with 12 teams, now you're going to be able to, you can afford a loss or two.
The 12 teams doesn't matter if you're going to sit here and rank teams by. This is what this committee does. All right, let's get my undefeated teams together. Cut out JMU. Cut out Air Force.
Liberty.
Cut out Liberty. All right, throw those guys away because they don't care. They don't matter. They're a group of 5.
Hold on. Guys. No. Let me stop you there, Ryan. Let me stop you there. Name one of those teams in the top 10 that Liberty or JMU could beat.
JMU would beat Louisville.
No,
yes, they would. They almost beat Louisville last year.
Notre Dame couldn't even beat Louisville.
Dude, James Madison almost beat Louisville last year and Louisville.
And in Scott Satterfield's firing year? Yeah. Okay, same Louisville, I guess.
But anyway, they had Malik Cunningham. He's better than what they got now at quarterback.
No, he wasn't.
Anyway.
I love it's funny how you're making Josh defend Louisville as a
dude. JMU is a lot better than people give credit for. They're out here dragging.
Okay, but they're not going to come out here and beat Georgia. They're not going to come out
here.
And
JMU.
We have no idea where Phil is. From last that we heard, Phil was at his daughter's recital and he's on his way home, so he might be here for our actual podcast stream. And in about 20 minutes. But beyond that, we have no idea where he is.
Really quick, James Madison beat Virginia, right? They beat Virginia at Virginia.
And Virginia's
Louisville almost lost to Virginia. So you mean to tell me that there's that big of a gap between James Madison and Louisville when they played a common opponent? And James
oh my god, here's see, this is why I love Golden. I know he's attacking me earlier with the whole ET man, but I love this dude.
But my issue with this committee, Josh, is this is what they've done this year. So this is what they've done this year. They've sat here and they've go, all right, cool. Let me get all my undefeated teams together. Let's round them up. All right. I'm going to put Ohio State at 1 because the strength of schedule. That's all good and dandy, right? Georgia's going to go to 2. At the time, they didn't play nobody. So we're going to put them at 2. You know what? But Florida State had the better
defending national champion.
Hold on. But by their rule, you're not supposed to use past stuff in the current rankings. You're not supposed to do that. But you're not supposed to. That's their own logic.
That's how you get the initial ranking.
But anyway, okay, so Ohio State's 1 because of the strength of schedule. Florida State's going to be 4. They have a better strength of schedule than Georgia and Michigan combined, but they're not going to be 2. We're going to keep them at 4. Okay, cool. Washington, they have a better win than Georgia and Michigan at the time. We're going to put them at 5. Strength of schedule doesn't matter. It's just whoever we think is good. Okay, now give me my 1-loss teams. I'm going to rank them based off of 1. There might be a 2-loss team that would probably drag one of these 1-loss teams, but because they have 2 losses, we're not going to put them ahead, even though we think they're a better team. That's what they do. That's what drives me nuts.
Did you not just see Missouri ahead of Louisville?
That's the first week they've done it. That is the first week they've done it, and that's because of SEC biased. The SEC.
Here we go. SEC bias.
Because if Notre Dame was that 2-loss team, they would still have us at like 15. That's what they do. But this is what they do. And that's what drives me nuts. You're not supposed to rank teams based off of record. You're supposed to rank teams based off of who you think are the best 12 teams, or in this case, the best 4 teams. Not, okay, well, I'm going based off of
how do you determine that?
You go off of strength of schedule, eye test.
So who they played.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Eye test.
And then who they beat.
Who they've lost to.
That's the record. Yeah, and who they lost to. That is their record.
So then why is Louisville anywhere near the top 10? They lost to Pitt.
Because they're 9-1 and they play a sharp and soft.
Because they're 9-1.
But they lost to Pitt.
There's no way a 9-1 team.
And they beat Notre Dame. What do you want?
Like the only 9-1 team that's not ranked that I can think of off the top of my head right now is Toledo. They're 9-1 and they're
Toledo should be ranked. Liberty should be ranked. Also, this committee, for whatever reason, they hate group of 5
these
teams.
are playoff rankings, right?
Yeah. And
so they're not AP, they're not top 25. They're playoff rankings. Do you think Toledo is going to go to the college?
Toledo would beat Oklahoma State. That would happen.
I don't think Oklahoma State's going to the college football.
But they're ranked. They're ranked.
Okay, they have a better shot at getting there.
Oh my God, John!
What do you want?
So what are we going to do with the 12-team playoff?
I legit don't know what Ryan wants.
What are we going to do with the 12-team playoff when a group of 5 team gets an automatic bid, right? Are we going to sit there and be like, oh, well,
that's
they're going to get an auto bid.
Gets to play them.
They're going to get an auto bid, Josh.
There's going to be
yeah, it's going to be a really nice layup practice game for whoever gets to play.
But Josh, what they're going to do is they're going to be like, okay, well, they get an auto bid, but guess what? They're going to get
they got to play 1 and 2.
They're going to get they're going to get the number 25 ranking. That's the group of 5 spot right there. Everyone else, we could have a 4-loss Power 5 team. They're going to be ranked ahead of them. Like
because they're a better team.
No.
Yes, they are.
Oh, so we're going to give Michigan a pass for playing UConn when James Madison's out here playing the same
just like we give Notre Dame a pass for playing bum-ass Sam.
Josh Pate said it best. Josh Pate said it best. We're giving Michigan a pass for beating up on teams with no pulse besides Penn State, right? We're giving them a pass.
Josh Pate also said it best when you are not your record.
Josh, but we're giving them a pass, but James Madison is out here dragging teams that are probably better than UConn. Let's face it, are way better than UConn, right?
What did Michigan do to UConn?
No, hold on. But they're dragging teams that are better than UConn with the less talent gap than Michigan has. Okay. Isn't that more impressive? To beat teams? To drag teams?
Give them a cookie. They don't belong in the playoffs.
Dude, James Madison would beat a playoff team. I'm telling you.
They would not.
I'm telling you they would.
We've seen this happen before with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati still played Bama better than whoever played them in national title game that year. So,
excuse me?
Yeah. Or no, that was Georgia, wasn't it?
Better than Georgia, who beat them?
Never mind.
Oh
Cincinnati,
my God, dude!
Okay,
you're
Cincinnati was that 2 years ago? Or was that 3?
Yes, that was 2 years.
See, I've already forgotten everything.
Cincinnati beat Notre Dame, and Notre Dame was number 5 that year to finish the season. So Cincinnati wasn't that bad.
Why does that matter? Why does Notre Dame have to matter?
Because Cincinnati was obviously not that bad when they beat Notre Dame in South Bend the year they were ranked number 5.
Okay, can we just wrap this up? We're losing viewers. Ryan's mouth and the crazy shit he's saying is just causing us to lose.
I just say it like it's so dumb.
So we'll be back in we'll literally be back in 10, 15 minutes. Josh is gone. We'll be back.
Phil will be back, hopefully.
Hopefully Phil will be here to talk about this. We'll go look at we'll all react to the college football playoff rankings and recap week.
We would dominate the Big
11
Ten, Andy.
Or 12. Week 11 of the college football season. So until then, hopefully next week Phil will be here on next Tuesday.
Well, he'll be here tonight.
I'll be streaming. I'll be in Denver, so I'll be streaming. I'll be doing this from there. Okay, guys?
Well, what are you going to Denver for?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I'm leaving on Friday morning or Friday morning, Monday morning. So don't worry. No, I know. I know for a fact he is.
Hey, what did Notre Dame do the year before that, Antoine? Let's talk about it.
Who's dumb as fuck? Is it him? Because I'm not saying anything stupid. It's Ryan that's saying all the stupid shit.
Hey, if James Madison played Louisville right now, James Madison would spank him. That's just a fact.
Okay, we're ending on that crazy note.